Hi, I'm Diane Dayton, backstage at Berks, catching up with artists scheduled at the 34th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest. Find out about their shows and what's going on in their lives. And if you like this cast, please share it. Thanks for joining me. I'm catching up right now with the fabulous Richard Elliot. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, you know what, Richard? Your music, you are so passionate with the way you play. It just touches us on such a level. But there are so many things in your life that I know you're passionate about too. But let's talk a little bit about the new release that you have out. You have a new single released from the Straight Up Down, correct?
Yep, that's right.
All
Yeah,
right, tell us about that one.
the new single is actually the title track from the CD, Straight Up Down. And it just Straight Up Down was really just about just enjoying, appreciating, and really never taking for granted what I get to do. I mean, I feel like the luckiest guy in the world that I get to keep making music, and as long as there's still a few people that want to buy a ticket or buy a CD, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
So that's so the record itself really is about gratitude,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Straight Up Down, the title track, kind of epitomizes this very upbeat, very positive kind of feeling song, you know.
And that's what we all need, that feeling, that positivity that you're putting out there. So thank you. I really appreciate that you're doing that.
Thank
When
you.
you come back, you're going to be playing with Rick Braun again, and it's RnR, and you're going to be at Berks Jazz Fest. So the two of you have quite a history, don't you?
We do. Yeah. It's interesting. He and I, we knew of each other for a long time before we actually met. And this is kind of before our solo careers were kind of, moving in the right direction.
Right.
Uh, we both were sidemen. I mean, I was playing with Tower of Power, he was playing with War, and we kind of ran in the same circles during that time. I'm talking like uh, mid 80s,
Right.
but we never actually met until much later. It was kind of interesting how that worked. And when we did meet, we just hit it off and just had a chemistry um, on stage and in the studio. And it just was the kind of thing where almost like we had, I felt like I had known him forever, even before I
Hmm.
met him. And so that's why just the friendship just kind of came together very, very quickly because we knew a lot of the same people.
Well, there's such a relationship when the two of you are on stage together. I mean, you have so much fun playing, and of course, you carry on sometimes and get carried away on occasion, right?
Yes. Yeah, it gets very silly very quickly. It's funny that you mentioned that because we were just playing in Seattle a couple of days ago, and we got into one of those things where you anticipate what the other is going to say, and then we just both started laughing, and we it became infectious. We actually couldn't talk anymore. We were like laughing so much. But it's so cool that after decades of working together, we still have that kind of joy and laughter and appreciation for each other personally and musically. So I just feel very lucky. He's just a dear, dear friend, and I love hanging out with him and love making music with him.
Yeah. And I know the audience catches on to all of that that's going on stage, and you bring us into that too. And that makes it a lot of fun for us as well. So you are
Right.
going to be there on Friday. It's April 11th, and it's going to be uh at I think it's yeah, it is. It's April 11th and it's 9:30 p.m. and it's at the Grand Ballroom at the DoubleTree, downtown Reading, Pennsylvania. So that's going to be wonderful. So you also have, is it 21 recordings now, or is it more than that that you personally have?
I believe this one, the newest record, Straight Up Down, I believe that's number 21. I
Okay.
could be wrong. There might be a couple of compilations in there. So
Yeah.
technically it might be more than 21, but I think 21 different solo records. Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that amazing? You kind of like lose track, right?
Oh, totally. Well, again, kind of getting back to the title of the record, or the idea behind the record of gratitude. I thought when I started my solo career, I thought, well, if I can get 10 years out of this, I'll be happy. And here we are, 30 plus years
Yeah.
later, and I still don't take it for granted. Every time
Mm.
I get up on stage, I'm like, wow, I get to do this. I feel very, very lucky, very fortunate. And so,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
been a while.
it's a lot of fun. Dexter Gordon had an influence over you, didn't he? I mean, that was something that you, yeah, talk about.
Yeah, he was one of my earlier influences. I had a lot of influences growing up musically. So Dexter was one of them, Grover Washington, David
Mm.
Sanborn, Tom
Mm.
Scott.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Dexter Gordon, and I got a chance to go see him perform at a club in the Los Angeles area where I grew up. And I remember the thing I loved about Dexter, well, the notes he played were amazing, but his sound, he had this big, beautiful sound on his horn. And um, I always wanted to try and get a sound like that. So, anyways, I got a chance to go see him perform. I think I was 17 maybe, and went into the club, sat down, and out came this huge man, this just, I mean, he was very tall, and out came this huge, larger than life man, and he had this really deep voice, and he got on the horn and he just started playing. I said, "Oh, forget it, I'm done for. I'm so far from that. I'll never get a sound like that." I thought, oh, you have to be 6'4" and have a deep voice like that to get a sound like that out of your horn. I said, it's never going to happen for me. But I kept trying and kept trying to cultivate my sound, and a lot of it came from him as an influence.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one of the other things you do too, you're a pilot. Were you in the process of building a two-person plane?
Yes, I'm still in the process. My
Okay.
wife keeps asking me, when am I going to get that finished? Because I've been working on it for like 5 years. But yeah, I'm attempting to build a two-seat airplane.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll have to check in with you in a couple years and see how you're
Yes.
doing with that. You and your wife also have a foundation, don't you?
We do, yeah. We have a charitable foundation. We give to quite a few different causes and raise funds for those causes. Um, all of the organizations that we tend to support are all for children.
Mm,
There's
hmm.
children's health, children's medicine, uh, uh, underprivileged, economically challenged, but it's all about development of kids and making sure that kids have the right resources, that all
Yeah.
kids have the right resources to have a healthy, happy life.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, I know your family is so important to you too. How many kids do you have, Richard?
We have 5 kids.
5 kids. Okay. What are
Yeah,
their
well,
ages?
not so kids, they're all grown now, but
What
they're
are their
still
ages
kids.
now?
Well, our oldest is 35,
Mhm.
then 31, 26, 25, and 20.
Okay, that was a test to see if you could remember it all.
Yeah, I know. I kind of had to work at it there a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I think you also dedicate a song on each of your albums to your wife. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. She's my number one inspiration.
Yeah.
The reason I am who I am, and you know, I would definitely be remiss if I didn't give her the appropriate credit that she's due. She's awesome,
Yeah.
and again, she's my ultimate inspiration.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, Richard, when you are out there performing, you have such a sensitivity and the passion that you feel and you put out there with your playing is palatable. It's just so real. What's going on when you're playing? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Well, I always felt, and someone must have said something to me along the way, someone that I respected or a mentor or something, but I always try to be as sincere as possible when I
Mm,
play. Um, and that means sometimes digging deep, and it's not always the most comfortable thing. And I think that's okay, because in a sense, you're sort of being vulnerable. Um, but I always believe in being as honest and sincere as I can be in the performance. So not playing something because I'm going through the motions or because I think, oh, if I play this lick or I play fast like this or jump around like this, then it'll evoke this kind of a reaction from the audience. But simply to just be 100% as honest as you can be about what you're playing, how you play it. Um, and even when it comes to affectations or jumping around and having a great time, that you're really feeling that it's
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to do. As to whether I pull it off or not, that's really up to the audience. But for me, it's definitely what I try to do is be as honest and sincere a musician as I can be.
Well, I know that's what I feel when I see and I hear you. I really do. You
Thank
really
you.
just pull us in. Richard, is there something that we don't know about you that you would like to share that you think we should know, perhaps? You can take that anywhere you want. Well, you're a foodie too, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Major foodie. Although I've actually changed my diet. I actually became a vegetarian a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Uh, and so it's made it a little more challenging. But yes, I love food. My wife also loves food. So we're a bad influence on each other, or a good influence, depending on how you look
Right.
at
Well,
it.
anyway, you're in it together, so
Yeah, so maybe that's the thing. I know don't really talk about my eating habits much, so there's something that maybe people don't know.
okay, that's great. Well, once again, we are so glad that you're coming back to Berks Jazz Fest again, along with Rick Braun and RnR. And there's something about Berks Jazz Fest too, isn't it? About the family feeling and the camaraderie between the artists with each other as well as with the people that attend, right, Richard?
Absolutely. It's a great event on multiple levels. One is I get a chance to see and hear artists that I am a huge fan of and friends with, but never really get the chance to really sit and check them out. So I get to do that, try to at least catch one show when I come out.
Yeah.
And the fans are amazing and you really feel like that people are listening to what you're doing. They're sincere fans of the music, and it's a privilege. It's a total just blessing to be able to come to an amazing event, and it's got such a legacy, and it's been there for so long, and it's such a mainstay. To be a part of it, to be invited back is a great honor. And again, once again, never take it for granted. I never
Yeah.
take it for granted.
Absolutely. Well, it's the 34th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest, Reading, Pennsylvania. It's coming up, and we're going to see you there. Thank you so much for just taking some time today, Richard. It was great to
My
just chat
pleasure.
with you and catch up. We'll
Thank you so much. Great to see you. Great to talk with you, and we'll see you soon.
absolutely.
10 exciting days of concerts, jams, and more. Tickets are on sale now. For the latest artist, venue, and scheduling info, and for tickets, visit berksjazzfest.com.